If you look around the landscape of leadership today in our society, in government, in business, there's a significant leadership vacuum and lack of quality leadership.
Hey, podcast lovers, welcome back to Feed Drops, the podcast about podcasts. That was a clip from the podcast Leaders of Tomorrow, the episode titled, What Tomorrow's Leaders Need Most. The guest was Chief Randy Bruegman. I'm your host and podcast reviewer, Brian Colburn, and today we're diving into a show that's all about shaping the future of leadership. If you're into mentorship, values-driven guidance, or just looking to be a more thoughtful leader, this one's for you. The podcast is called Leaders of Tomorrow, brought to you by the Leadership Crucible Foundation. It's hosted by Cassie Tucker and Berlin Maza, who sit down with thinkers, changemakers, and leadership veterans to unpack what makes a real leader in today's evolving world. The episode I checked out is titled What Tomorrow's Leaders Need Most, and it features retired Fire Chief Randy Bruegman, founder of the Leadership Crucible Foundation. It's an insightful conversation that digs into what rising leaders need to succeed, not just in 2025, but well beyond. Chief Bruegman brings decades of experience to the table with stories from the front lines of leadership, reflections on legacy, and some very real talk about resilience, mentorship, and purpose. Here's how the episode scored in our 10-point Feed Drops review system. Audio quality, 7.0. Professional, Berlin's acoustics I found to be a bit distracting. Clarity, 9.0. The message and conversations are super clear. Content quality, 8.8. Practical, timely, and full of wisdom. Pacing, 8.2. A steady, smooth pace, though a few slow beats. Tone and delivery, 9.0. Warm and authentic. Editing, 8.0. No distractions. Sound design, 6. Minimal, intro and outro only. Entertainment value, 8.7. Thoughtful and engaging. Host and guest dynamics, 9.2. Great chemistry. Audience appropriateness, 8.9. On point for its target. Before we get to the overall score, here's another clip and an invitation.
Number two, I think it's really important for people like me, people like you that are established, to help those that are younger than us that are still trying to find their path forward. And, when we do that, we're planting seeds. And we're planting seeds that we'll never see that. We may never see the shade of the tree as the concept.
Every podcaster hits that wall. You've got a mic, a message, but no map. That's where Feed Drops Plus comes in. It's a creative community built by podcasters for podcasters, where collaboration beats competition. Get hands-on feedback, grow your reach, and connect with creators who actually care. Feed Drops Plus, because your podcast deserves more than silence. All right, welcome back. That gives this episode an overall score of 8.3 out of 10. What stood out to me, Chief Bruegman's passion and grounded wisdom. There's no ego here, just real, experienced advice from someone who's walked the walk. Cassie and Berlin do a great job of listening, guiding, and letting the conversation breathe. This is a show for people who take leadership seriously, not just as a title, but for those who understand the weight and responsibility that come with it. This episode is perfect for aspiring leaders and professionals early in their careers, educators and mentors shaping future changemakers, and listeners who love reflective, values-first conversation. So if you're on a leadership journey or mentoring someone who is, check out Leaders of Tomorrow. And if you've got a podcast you think deserves a spotlight, hit us up. We're always listening. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a rating for Feed Drops wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, I'm Brian Colburn. Keep dropping those feeds. This is a podcast service announcement. Do you love a podcast? We want you to let the world know. If you've taken the time to listen to an episode or show, not just this one, but any podcast, please take a minute to rate and review it. A few kind words goes a long way in supporting the creator and helping others discover great content. Your feedback matters more than you think. Now, back to the show.